I shouldn't even have to say this, but ladies, if a guy you're interested in, or like, I don't know, you guys are talking on a dating app or something, please don't do that. But if you are talking on a dating app, or you're just talking to somebody and they invite you over to their house, God forbid if it's the first date, but even like the second, third, or fourth, or fifth, I would say like the first 5 dates need to be them putting in work. If they're inviting you over to their house to watch a movie, or to like cook dinner at their house or your house, they're broke and not worth your time. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Just don't waste your time, because that is just being cheap, okay? It's not cute. That is broke boy energy.
Question for men in New York City. Why is no one making the effort to offer their seat to a woman? I have been appalled lately getting on the subway and seeing a number of elderly women, pregnant women, women with children, women that are obviously struggling to carry a lot of things, and no man offers their seat for them. I was on my way home from work yesterday and there was a row full of men, right? This woman walks onto the train. She has her work bag, a garment bag, and her hands are full of other bags. So one of these men gets off at the next stop, and there's this other girl that's standing right next to her. She's just carrying her work bag. Before she sits down, she makes the effort to say to the girl, hey, do you want to sit down? You have a ton of stuff. It's like, no, it's fine. We are surrounded by men. None of them look at her. None of them flinch. It was disturbing to me. And I don't understand if it's that men simply just don't care, but it's etiquette. As a man, you should offer your seat to a woman, especially someone that you know is struggling or is definitely older. Sorry if it seems like I'm being a man hater. I certainly think I'm not, but you all
need to stand firm and stand 10 toes down.
To the men in their 20s and 30s coming from a woman in her 40s, I literally have one question for you. What is wrong with you? Seriously, I need you to tell me, like, what's wrong? I am surrounded on a day-to-day by women in their 20s. Surrounded. They are smart. They are well-spoken. They are beautiful. They are kind. They are funny. They are polite. They're respectful. I mentor a lot of them. And the behavior of the men in their 20s and 30s that are trying to date these incredible women, it's mind-boggling to me. What are you guys doing? I don't even understand. They are asking you guys for literally the bare minimum. Communication, respect, to plan things every once in a while, to be direct with your feelings and your emotions, to not ghost them when you don't want to date them anymore, to just man up and be a grown-up. And when I tell you the behavior is atrocious, and again, it's mind-boggling to me. And quite frankly, they're not expecting much. They're just expecting you to be a grown-up person. So although this channel is usually for the women in their 20s from a woman in her 40s, I've just seen so much terrible behavior lately, and honestly, over a long period of time, that I just feel like I needed to speak to it. And for the women in your 20s, in your 30s, and your 40s, it is literally the bare minimum to expect someone to be able to communicate with you, to be able to plan things with you, to be able to advance plan things with you, to be able to pick up the phone and give you a call, to not drop off of the face of the earth when they don't want to date you anymore. That is literally the bare minimum. So,
just thinking about what the woman said maybe a clip or so ago about subway etiquette. It's funny because the etiquette is always determined by women like this. It's always unspoken rules, informal things that you're supposed to do, and they know all about it. But really, once you get down to it, it's just how they feel on the situation and the subject. And then they get online bashing men for not doing what they want men to do. But then they look for a leader, a man that doesn't take any crap from anybody, but, just goes out there and does his own thing, but then somehow is controlled by you. Somehow he listens to everything that you say. Somehow he follows every single thing that you want him to do. Is he your man that's a leader, or is he a puppet at that point in time? Y'all always want men to be puppets for you, but then you don't want to so much as make a man a sandwich. Just a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's too hard for you. Don't tell me about etiquette if you're not willing to reciprocate.
Am I the asshole for explaining what a gift is to my wife?
You know you are.
Come on.
You know.
Last year for my birthday, my wife gave me a present. I opened it up and it was a puzzle. I was told to put it together, which I did, and it had a vague London scene on it. Then I was told to flip the entire puzzle over, and the back of the puzzle had the word surprise written on it. I didn't really understand where this was going, but my wife then told me that she was taking me to see my favorite football team play in London. I was pretty blown away by this, so I asked when we were going, and she told me she didn't know my schedule, so she hadn't booked anything. I asked her if she had talked to a travel agent or if she had saved money to do this. I'm the only one that works in our house. No, she said. I just figured you would book it. Here we are a year and a half later, and I have been unable to take time off, and I've been unable to come up with the expendable income to buy tickets for the both of us to travel to England and attend the match from America, and provide childcare for our 5 kids while we watch a game. And every once in a while, she brings up the fact of how disappointed she is that I have not appreciated her gift. I finally turned to her and explained to her what a gift was, and how her giving me permission to do something that I want to do but can't afford to do, with the stipulation that I arrange all the travel and expenses, was not an actual gift. Now she's offended and hurt that I don't appreciate the gift that she has given me. Am I the asshole?
Once again, these women are brain dead. Brain dead. A woman in the comments said, I hate when people give me chores as a gift. This is what modern women are doing. You should be so happy to take care of me. I'm the prize. So you're going to do all of these things. You're going to run around town for me and do whatever I want you to do. It's not a gift. That's a bill. Nobody wants that.
Another gym take that I now have is seeing a fit man. That ain't nothing special. It's not special because y'all don't have no monthly cycle going on. You don't give birth to kids. Like, it's simple. If you're a fat man, you're just a fat fuck. You want to overeat and overeat. That's it. So that don't impress me no more. And now it makes sense when I hear them saying that, like, a well thought out man or a higher caliber man is an average woman. Because think about it. When you see a girl who just thick and like just kind of overweight, you like, okay. But when you see a girl in that gym and her body's T, like she has abs and shit. Like I'm saying on another level. She has abs, her muscle definition. Oh, that's a dangerous because the discipline when you have a monthly cycle, the week before your period, you want to eat the whole world. No pun intended. But no, you want to eat the whole world. And so like you have to fight them urges. You get bloated. You get tired. Like the consistency has to be there. With the man, I don't know what y'all cycle is. I'm assuming a man's cycle is 24 hours. Because y'all be ready with the morning wood in the morning like nothing happened. So no, I'm realizing that like a higher caliber man is just an average woman, and that's crazy as hell. That's why if you really a smart man, you gonna get you a higher caliber woman. You gonna get you just a certain type of woman to be like, she gonna level you up. Like you already where you need to be, and she gonna level you up some more because she's just doing what she needs to do. I can't explain it. I can't explain it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
A dude in the comments said, no, we don't know what you're talking about because clearly you don't know what you're talking about. You just said if you listen to a bird, they would chirp, chirp, chirp for some crumbs and attention. Exactly. That's what you're doing. Chirping for some crumbs and attention because apparently you're not getting enough. Delete this video.
Genuinely, my biggest fear right now as a single woman is having some man in the local community right now be on my Hinge profile with his 62 viewers in Twitch chat going, yo chat, what do I type to this girl? And then they're like trying to cook up some pickup line to send to me, and then the whole chat's going, W Riz, get the huzz. Like that's, oh my god, that's such a niche fear I have, but
Honestly, for a lot of you modern women, you should be happy that a man is even paying you any mind.
Had a friend over to my apartment. It happened to be a man. He took one look at my curtain, which had fallen off my window. He said, you should probably fix that. Get out.
Women in the comments saying, no, because why won't he fix it? Because I don't pay bills here. I don't live here. I'm not your slave. It's your house. You need to be fixing it. When you come over to my house, you say, man, do you have anything to eat here? Why are you asking me that? Why don't you just pull the pots and pans out and start cooking? Oh, wait a minute. Because you don't pay bills, neither do you live there. And he's not your husband.
Why does no one talk about how hard it is to find a guy that genuinely likes you when you have surgical enhancements?
We did tell you. He did too. Every time we tell y'all to do something that goes against what y'all want to do, we either sassy, we hating, we hate ourselves, we hate our mama. Or it's why are men always in women's business? This is why. As soon as it goes wrong, y'all pull that, oh, nobody told me, I didn't know. Y'all play dumb like y'all didn't know. Y'all knew, you just didn't care. And that's fine. Y'all don't have to. Just stand on it. Men who are serious do not care about BBLs. And we have unanimously expressed this multiple times, telling y'all that they don't. Most of the people who have these BBLs live in these high-risk, fast life, nightlife lifestyles. So no dude who's serious is gonna sign up for that. No dude's trying to be at a club every weekend. Sorry, that's what BBLs generally represent, because that's who normally has them. Y'all have this weird obsession with thinking men are desiring these BBLs. All the podcasts that y'all complain about, or the podcast bros that talk about them wanting women that cook, women that do all this other stuff, and y'all say y'all don't want to do it, which is fine. Y'all ain't never seen none of these men sit on this podcast and say, why can't girls get BBLs? Why they don't want to get BBLs? You've never seen that, ever. But again, y'all have this weird obsession that y'all need to get checked out for that keeps talking about these BBLs. Nobody cares about these but y'all. Every time I see these street interviews and these videos, the men are like, natural, natural, natural. And there's always girls in the comments talking about they want BBL. Why would we lie? Why would we say we don't want something? Y'all think we got a BBL quota? Actually, in a Discord for the car community, there's 500 plus people, and there was actually a girl in there who was gonna get one. Guess what all the men were like? No, you're fine, you're good. Don't get one. Every man saying no. You know what the girls in the Discord were saying? It's her money. It's her body. Rest of the girls, believe it or not, they were literally inquiring about it like it was a commercial. They were like, how much is it? How long does it take? Where are you going to go get it? These are more girls lining up to get it. Literally lining up to be next. I don't want to hear nothing about men wanting BBLs. This is proof that this is y'all. I work in houses and I never see a married woman with a BBL ever. I think I might have seen it once and she was like Colombian, which that's... Please stop acting like y'all don't understand things. Y'all do what y'all want to do, and that's fine. Just stand on it. You focused on enhancing certain body parts that were already getting attention. Now you want someone to genuinely look at you. No offense, this is just what happens when you take the shortcut. You're like, I'll just get this quick surgery, bypass everything. No, try enhancing your actual personality. That might help. It just might.
I didn't do it for a man. I did it for me. I wanted to make myself feel a certain way. But then when you feel a certain way, but the man don't feel the same way, then all of a sudden the man's the problem.
All right. I'm Scott. I'm of age. I'm from Carrollton, Georgia. If you don't know where that is, the biggest city nearby is Walmart. I majored in economics at BYU, then found my way to the best city in the world, Baltimore. I live there because I need to legitimately be able to say that I fall asleep to the sound of sirens every night. Otherwise, I'm gonna have no credibility for my rap career. That obviously is not taken off yet. So in the meantime, I'm working at the hospital. I'm the one they send in before your surgery to say, you might live, you might die, but either way, you're not gonna have an appendix anymore. And in terms of hobbies, my hobbies include and are limited to cow tipping, tax fraud, and hiking to China in search of my golf ball. So who wants to take that hike with me?
None of them. They don't know anything about you, bro. They know that he's a jokester. He likes to be funny. So that's what they know, but they need to know a little bit more about you.
So would I be the asshole if I broke up with my girlfriend for humiliating me? Hi y'all, throwaway account because she and I both lurk Reddit. I, 23 male, have been with C, 23 female, for 4 years. We got together during our freshman year of college. We became very close and we both held similar beliefs and wanted similar things out of life. We moved in with each other and grew really close during the pandemic. I wanted to marry this woman until last night. C had been under more stress from work and family during the last few months. Her dad has cancer and it hasn't been easy on her. She's been drinking more and more, and while I don't mind her drinking, it's how she gets when she's drunk is where I begin to have issues. She has a tendency to get pretty mean and say some awful things, talking about my appearance and how small my member is. She makes me feel like I'm not enough for her sexually or emotionally. She's almost always apologetic the next morning, and she'll spend the next few days after trying to fix things, then will turn around and do it again when she drinks. It really came to a head last night when I took her and her friend out to a local bar that's popular. I volunteered to be their DD for the night. She's driven drunk before, and I didn't want her to make that choice again. I told her that I didn't want her to drink too much tonight, and she agreed that she wouldn't. The bar was packed when we got there, so we all went and sat at the bar, ordered some food and drinks. They were enjoying themselves, and I watched the game while they drank. I got up and went to the bathroom, and when I came back, I noticed my girlfriend was getting loud, and her friend screamed "cock sleeve" while laughing. She then said, as I walked up and was in earshot, that her ex was the biggest she's had and she missed it. I pretended not to hear it because I knew she was getting drunk. I touched her back and sat down at the bar again before the guy sitting at the table grabs both our attention and asked if I was the cock sleeve guy. I immediately felt like I was going to be sick. These guys are laughing at me, and I asked C if she was serious. She kept laughing, so I grabbed my keys and I walked out. I left both her and her friend there at the bar, and I drove home. I immediately packed up my essential stuff and I went to stay with a close friend for a few days. I didn't get any text from C until about an hour after I left them there, asking where I was. Then I got a bunch of missed calls and texts. They weren't anything but angry. I answered one call and she was slurring her words, and I heard she was in the bar still, so I hung up and turned off my ringer. I woke up to a stream of apology texts and more missed phone calls. She apologized and said she fucked up and was wondering when I was coming home, that I satisfy her and that I'm more than enough for her, and that she'll make this right if I come home. I'm just done. I feel humiliated and embarrassed. Her and I had what I thought was a good sexual relationship. We did foreplay and used toys, but I've never once not gone out of my way to pleasure her or get her off. I'm not the biggest guy down there, so yes, I use a sleeve to get her off. I just didn't think she would use that against me like that. I don't want to go back home. I love her, but I feel really humiliated and like she doesn't respect me as a man or a partner. Would I be the asshole if I broke up with her over this? She's been a perfect partner otherwise. I just feel like she didn't respect me at all, and after what she said about her ex, I can't help but suspect things.
It's about time to wrap this up. Period. End of story. This is what I'm talking about. They say stuff like this and then they want to come back the next day and try to fix it. But you keep on doing it. I can see if you did it, maybe you didn't have a bad day, you just went off the deep end. But once again, modern women be popping off at the mouth and never held accountable. Well, let me do something to make up for it. Like what? Give me some for 2 or 3 days. Make sure that you own it. Oh, I'm smelling nice. I cooked him his favorite plate and it went away after about a week. That's what they're going to tell their girlfriends the next time they do that. Well, when I say something crazy, I just give John, a little bit of a, and then after a couple of days, he's fine with it. It's okay. As a license to continue talking reckless. Hold women accountable.
I need immediate feedback, like this second, about a date. So I'm talking to a guy. We're supposed to go out on a date tonight, and we're deciding where to go. On my dating profile, I mentioned that I like dive bars and rooftops. So he suggests the Barrel in Sherman Oaks, which is, I love the Barrel. It's a great dive bar, but not for a first date with a 40-something. If a 25-year-old was like, hey, let's go to the Barrel, I'll be like, yeah, sure, whatever. If we ended up at the Barrel at the end of the night, if we went to the Barrel on a third or fourth casual date, totally fine. A first date? No. So I laughed and was like, haha, you want to take me to the Barrel? And he goes, okay, got it. I'll find something a little better. Are you willing to drive? And I said, well, yeah, I'm willing to drive. Sure. If it's worth it. And so he comes back with the rooftop of the Granville in Pasadena. Now, for those of you not in Los Angeles, that's going to be a 45-minute drive for me. So he was going to come to me, to my neighborhood, and now he just whiplash wants me to drive all the way to him for a first date. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? There's so much in between. There are so many options, so many cities in between us. It kind of gave me the ick that he would just, that's the next thing that he goes to. I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I say? Should I just be nice about it and just be like, hey, could we find something a little more in between? What do you think?
There's a woman in the comments that said, girl, I would say that's a bit too far of a drive and pick something you like and where you want to go since his options are terrible. Some dogs just need a little training. I responded with, but he's not a dog though. She's not communicating properly. So maybe it's her that needs a little training. And that's exactly what it is. The man read your profile, which you say that men don't read. I see a dive bar. I see a rooftop. I suggest a dive bar, one of the popular ones according to you, but well, maybe not for a first date. Gotcha. Let me find something that's a little bit nicer. He picked something, maybe a little bit closer to him, but maybe something that he can verify is good. Oh, here in Sherman Oaks. Well, that's a 45-minute drive. Well, why don't you suggest something? Since you just got all the answers. This is making up to be something terrible. Listen, if you didn't even throw any suggestions in there, but you complaining, you on here complaining, and this is what ruins y'all's dates. Y'all are on here complaining. It's y'all are communicate to TikTok instead of saying something to him. Well, I think that's a little bit too far. What about this one? Or just say, well, what about this one? I've been to one of these. You know, I'd like to try this place out. Okay, bet. I'll see you there at 7. How hard is it? How hard is it? And y'all say that y'all's communication skills are top level. I just want a man that communicates effectively. It doesn't look like you can even communicate effectively.
Yeah, so these are bicep curls. I usually like to do this towards the end of the workout so I can get my back done. But if you want to look at my fat fucking ass, just look really close at that crowd. Yeah.
So apparently one of the guys saw her tripod set up while she was doing her set and came behind her camera and started doing the voiceover. So that's what you're hearing. And so he's talking about the guy, or referring to the guy that's sitting down in the Grind for Life gray shirt right there. He's kind of using him as a subject, and the guy in the gray shirt is looking over at the camera. It seems like he's looking over at the woman, but he's looking over at the camera because he's looking at the dude that's behind her camera, giving a stupid voiceover.
Tell me why I'm laying with this man and we're just like scrolling through our phones together. He takes my phone. He doesn't go to messages. He doesn't go to photos. He goes on my fucking Pinterest? Sorry, you might as well read my therapy notes. Okay. I had a crush on this guy at the gym, and actually one time I did go up to him and talk to him, but he never talked to me again, so that fantasy ended right there. However, the story doesn't end there, because a few weeks ago, I kept hearing him talk to all his buddies at the gym. There's a bunch of people that are like friends that go there every single day, and everyone kept talking to him like, yeah, do it, go for her, like da-da-da-da. Like I could just tell that they were talking about this girl that he likes that I just assumed wasn't at the gym because they were talking about it so loudly, and I just assumed that she wasn't at the gym because, you know, if she was, then she'd probably hear this conversation, so I assumed that she wasn't there at the times that they were talking about this. But every time I walked by, like, they would be talking about it. He was talking about it with everyone, right? And so a few days of this go by, but like they probably have been talking about it for weeks because I only go sporadically, but every time they're talking about this. And so finally this day comes where there's like a section of the gym it's not, maybe it is still considered turf, but it's black. It's just like a black strip, right? And I'm stretching on this black strip and I see, you know, all those people talking again, and you can tell by their body language what they're talking about too, of just like, yeah, do it. And this was the first time ever that they actually looked over, like, you know, when you can tell people are talking about someone that is in the vicinity because they're all making it obvious, like they try not to, but they're like looking over whatever. All of a sudden I was like looking over at them and I noticed that they were looking in my direction. And I'm like, no way. No way this whole time they've been talking about me. There's literally no way, because I would walk by and they
wouldn't get any quieter. They wouldn't do anything. But however, right now why are they looking over here as they're talking about this? I'm like, what the heck? And so I'm stretching, I continue stretching, and in the corner of my eye, out of the corner of my eye, I see him walking in my direction. I'm like, no way. No freaking way that he's walking towards me right now. There's no way that they were talking about me. He continues walking towards me. Walks right past me. I turn and realize there's actually someone else further in the corner. I thought that I was the furthest person in this strip because I was pretty close to the corner wall. I look over, there's another girl over there stretching, and he walks up to her and it's on her. Of course he does. Of course he walks past me.
And now you see how difficult it actually is to read the signs and the signals and the body language that y'all say it'd be so easy to read. Why aren't men approaching us? We make clear signals for them to come approach. And now you see, once again, how easy it is to misread those signals.
I think I'm done with my Hinge boyfriend, and I'm going to tell you why. I know I haven't given you an update since the last time we hung out, but nothing really happened. He came over to my place after work Thursday at like 9 p.m. and we just ate food and watched a TV show. Nothing groundbreaking happened either way. Like nothing happened where it was like, oh my gosh, it was amazing, I'm in love. And nothing happened where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm done with this guy, that sucked. Okay, it was a very neutral hangout. So that happens Thursday night. We go on about our week. But here's what I'm thinking, okay? Here's what has my wheels turning. So I had a pedal wagon Saturday from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m., all right? Right around 6 p.m. and I see him. He sees me, we wave. It was really cute, honestly. It was really, really cute. But he's walking somewhere. He looks good. He's walking somewhere right around 6 p.m. You don't know anyone here. Where are you walking? Why do you look good? Who are you meeting up with? Okay, so I'm thinking he's going on a date. He was walking in Washington Park. What are you doing? This night, Saturday night, I'm getting very like spread out text messages. Like he's not texting me consistently. And then he doesn't text me at all after 10 p.m. What? He doesn't go to bed that early. So he had told me that he actually ended up picking up some work on Sunday. So I was like, maybe if it was like super early, then maybe that explains why he went to bed early on Saturday night. So when I wake up on Sunday, I'm like, my wheels are still turning. I'm like, bitch, get in your car. You're going to Findlay Market right across from his apartment, and you're going to see if he's walking a girl out of his apartment or if he ends up walking into his apartment wearing the same clothes that he was wearing Saturday when you saw him. So I go to Findlay Market. I get myself a coffee. I'm camped right at Findlay Market, sitting at one of the tables, a straight eye shot to the entrance and exit to his apartment. I'm sitting there. I drink my entire coffee. I am locked in. I don't see anything. So I'm like, all right, time to wrap it up. Okay, let's get out of here. I get back in my car, but then I think, I'm like, all right, last ditch effort. I know where he parks his car. He doesn't park it like super close to his apartment. So I'm like, let's go drive by and see if his car's there. If his car's not there, then that means he did work really early this morning, you know? And so that warrants the 10 p.m. bedtime. Car is there. Then now I'm even more suspicious of what he was doing Saturday evening. So I get in my car, I start driving to the location of where he parks his car, and I see him walking, and he's in work clothes. He is on his way to his car to go to work. Point, he would have had work at 11 a.m. from the time that he was walking to his car, okay? Not quite early enough to warrant a 10 p.m. bedtime, in my opinion, but also not quite late enough in the day to be like, okay, yeah, he for sure was up to something Saturday night, you know? Could go either way. So I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna sit on this. For the rest of the day on Sunday, I ended up going to Voice of America, so I actually ended up like not texting him at all from like 6 p.m. on, like just didn't happen. But then for the rest of this week, it's been like less communication than usual. Like we've both been busy, but also like, I don't know, vibes are feeling a little bit off. I'm feeling a little bit of an off vibe, but also like some of my actions for the past few days could also contribute to why there's an off vibe. So neither here nor there, okay? We're not gonna get into that. All that being said, I have a group of friends. We're all going to the Reds game on Saturday, and we actually have a few extra tickets because a few of us ended up not being able to go. So I have a few extra tickets that I'm trying to sell. I offered one of them to him. I extended the invite to him like on Monday, and he was like, oh, that sounds like a lot of fun, but I have some like things with clients with work that are up in the air on Saturday. Like, I'm not sure if I'd be able to do it. Can I think it over and let you know? I promise I won't get back to you too late with an answer or anything. Personally, I don't really like that answer. I don't. But I'm trying to be cool. And so I was like, yeah, that's fine. Just let me know. Just let me know. Text me this morning and he goes, do you want to get coffee tomorrow, Friday? He goes, I don't think I'm going to be up for the Reds game, to be honest. He doesn't think he's going to be up for the Reds game because he has a lot of clients on Saturday. And when he gets off, it would be right around the time that we'd be going out. And he says his social battery would be dead. Okay, fair enough. Protect your peace. But also, like, if you like me, I'm asking you to come meet my friends. Drink a Red Bull. Like, that's how I think about it. If you actually like me, if you're actually down for me, drink a fucking Red Bull. This is a big deal that I asked you to come to a Reds game with me and my friends. That's how he should be thinking about this, but he's not. I'm gonna respond and I'm gonna say, like, yeah, we can get coffee or whatever. When we're getting coffee, like, do you think, like, towards the end of it, I should be like, so, like, the vibes have kind of felt off. Are you still interested? Because if not, that's fine. Just, like, let me know. I also don't know if I'm overthinking it, and also, like, the actions that I took on Sunday and Monday, or on Saturday night and Sunday, the actions that I've taken the past however many days could also be affecting, like, how and why I'm feeling the way I am about this. So I'm trying not to do a knee-jerk reaction, but once I decide the vibes are off, like, once I, like, check out on something, like, there's really no coming back. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah.
So you're policing that man's schedule. Oh, you don't go to bed after 10. You're not asleep yet. So why are you not texting me? Maybe because I'm trying to have some alone time. Are you okay? I mean, God, dog. The man is, well, you don't know anybody here. You don't know that. You don't know who I know. You don't. Number one. Number two, even if I didn't, it's my business. It's my business. Psychotic. And I guess the worst thing. So first of all, the woman says, are you exclusive? This seems like a lot for someone who you are not sure if he's seeing other people. Number one. Number two, a woman said, if you're going to sit across from his apartment complex, no, basically she said, he's not interested, cut him loose. And he's making you anxious. No, he's not making anybody anxious. That's her. Every single time we try to blame a man. Oh, he's making you anxious. If you're going to sit across from his apartment complex, which I'm not judging because I know the feeling, taken from me, don't waste any more time on him. Don't do that. Don't do that. She's being this is abnormal behavior. And if it were a man doing this, they would call the cops on him straight away.
I saw a post that said that men are dating more for peace over beauty now. And if that doesn't tell you how dense and how black and white these men think, is that they're correlating more a beautiful, attractive woman to be more difficult and more demanding. Instead, what men are really trying to say is that they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They want to be able to do certain things and you not being able to say anything about it to them, okay? In their mind, they think to themselves that if I date a less attractive person, I can get away with more. They won't be as demanding. They'll be more peaceful. When in reality, so many men give women the chaos. They are the ones that bring the chaos. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to see their actions. They don't want their fragile ego to be hurt because they have been propped up their entire lives by society. And when a woman calls them out for their behavior, they don't like it. So instead, this is how black and white they think. Well, if I go for someone easier and who demands less, which is someone that's less attractive, she won't need so much from me. And they would rather do that than own up to their mistakes and actually change as a man. They would go for someone that they're less attracted to because they don't want to change who they are. That is how black and white they think. They won't even go for even like the person that they're ideally more physically attracted to. They will be with someone less attractive, just because that they will put up with more, because these men want to be able to get away with cheating. They want to be able to get away with going to strip clubs. They want to be able to get away with a lot more behavior with someone who won't demand as much, because it's easier. It's just simply easier with how these men want to date these days. So it's really wild how these men are thinking. Don't even know how to go about it, honestly, anymore. I mean, men cease to amaze me every single day.
Or, hear me out here, maybe as a beautiful woman, you're acting stupid. And first of all, some of us don't need to include ourselves in that number. We don't need to include ourselves in that group of hot women. All right, let's just say that. They're not sending out their best soldiers. Number one. Number two, maybe it's, I really like this woman. She's beautiful, but she just acts crazy. Whereas This woman, she might not look as good as you, but she doesn't give me the problems that you give me. She doesn't act crazy. I have peace when I come home. We get along. We love each other. We build together. Oh, well, she ain't as fine as me. She don't need to be. Maybe you're a 10 with a lot of problems. Maybe she's a 7 with low problems. You see how that works? Why would I suffer just to be with somebody that is quote unquote beautiful versus being with somebody that you might not consider as good looking as you, but they work with me. We have the same values. It's me thinking deeper than beauty. It's me thinking on another level versus being shallow. Isn't that what y'all are asking men to do? Y'all always come up with stupid stuff to try to cope with why a man doesn't want you anymore.
I keep seeing all over how like there's a male loneliness epidemic, but it's like the reason we have a male loneliness epidemic is not only of the way men act nowadays, it's because women have progressed so much that we no longer need men to really do anything. And I know, and don't come for me, I know they're gonna come at me and get upset with that, but like we really don't. Anything right now in my life that a man can do for me, I can do myself. I have a job, I pay for all my bills, I take care of myself. I can't think of any purpose in life right now, like what a man could do to benefit me. I know loving, and I know they nurturing, and I love a man. Like, men are good people. I know I have a lot of good men, but it's like this trajectory of like needing to marry a man, and the traditional roles have completely changed, and women don't need men anymore. We don't need a husband. We're fine with our girlfriends, and like honestly, I would be so happy the rest of my life if I just had me and all my girlfriends. To be honest, I would be very content.
I actually was hoping that you were going to say something profound, but once again, as most modern women do, you get on here and say something stupid.
So, what do you personally think is wrong with dating today?
I feel like they want princess treatment, like they're not men.
You said princess treatment?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like men need princess treatment?
They don't want to be like men, you know?
Ah, okay. All right. No more men?
I think the problem is that men like to be petty and sassy, and they wait for you to text them first.
Yeah.
They wait for you to slide up on their stories, and it's like, I'm the girl, so I'm not gonna do that, so we're not gonna go anywhere.
All right, tell your man slay queen. Yeah. All right. Yeah, what do you think?
I think that social media just sets super unrealistic standards for relationships, and like it puts everything up. So yeah, men suck. I think social media just like puts like them in a whole other world. Like, bro.
I mean, y'all are pretty good looking. You guys look amazing. So I'm pretty sure that you guys get hella DMs. Yeah?
I can't say because
I can't say.
Can't say, huh? Okay. And one last question for you guys. Why don't men chase anymore?
Because they're girls. They want to be girls.
Because men think they're the prize now. But I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I agree
Or
with
no?
both. Yeah, they think they're all that. They're not.
What's your names?
Alani,
Naomi,
Ruby.
Okay. And where are y'all from?
We're from like the IE.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just stop
Be a
being
man.
bitches.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Be a man.
For them. All right. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wait, where can we find you?
It's something strange going on with these women that think that they don't have to give any effort whatsoever in a relationship.
And just know, if I ever date someone, I will be trying to get him bricked up in the worst possible situation, just so he can take his frustration out on me later. Okay?
Well, that's one way to do it. Do your thing.
I have to confess to my own incompetence today. Not to defend men because... Ew. But I have to be honest. When we talk about weaponized incompetence, I experienced the flip side, and I have to confess. My husband and I happened to be in the garage together earlier, and he turned to me and said, you know, it'd be helpful if you would bring the snow shovels into the shed since it's summer now. I literally had no idea he was doing that. I had no idea that the snow shovels didn't just live in the garage 100% of the time. And like, so we say, like, you have eyes, you see things that need to get done, just do them. But Yeah, I have eyes. I saw them there. I would have walked past them 1,000 more times because I had no idea that that wasn't their permanent home and that they actually needed to move into the shed. Listen, I hate to say he wasn't wrong, but he wasn't wrong, unfortunately.
This is exactly it. And there's a woman in the comments, because modern women can't take accountability, that says, right, but that doesn't need to be done, and it certainly doesn't need to be done on the daily, like dishes and cooking and cleaning, and that's not weaponized. You just didn't know. Any adult in any house can see full trash and go, that needs to be taken out. But shovels living in the garage makes sense. Listen, what she's saying is there's a lot of unseen work that doesn't go noticed, but men don't say anything about it. Cooking and cleaning don't need to be done on the daily. That's why you have leftovers. It doesn't take that much time to throw something in the microwave. You know that. Oh, we're just having leftovers for today. Oh man, I really don't feel like eating. I just had a sandwich for dinner. You know you're not cooking and cleaning every single night. So, some statistics here, okay? So, let me go up here. 2022 survey found that 70% of Americans cook from scratch at least 3 times a week, but far fewer do it every day. The rest of their cooked meals involve shortcuts or reheating. Leftovers are huge. About 60% of households say they intentionally cook extras so they can reheat it the next day. So cooking 5 nights a week often means 3 to 4 full sessions plus 1 to 2 reheats. So you're not cooking, and if that's 3 to 4, yeah. So if you're not cooking the entire week from scratch, and then, like I said, plus you have meal boxes that you have. Oh, well, the meal box is too expensive. Well, you don't have to do that, because there's people, or there's, when you go to the store, you can buy a bag and you can steam it in the microwave. So you just throw it in the microwave. You got places in the store where you can buy potatoes. Once again, heat them up in the microwave. Y'all literally be acting like y'all have the hardest job in the world, but you really don't. Just to discredit what a man did. Well, we got to cook and clean every day. You're not doing a full scrub every day. You're not doing a full scrub every day. Number one. Number two, what does that say about you? That your house is completely in shambles every single day, that you have to do a full scrub like that. Number two. Number three, if that's happening, how come you haven't used your critical thinking skills, because you're so smart, to buy things and get things around the house that gets the house running more efficiently, faster? You want a man to grow. Why aren't you doing that? Y'all always try to discredit a man. Y'all always try to discredit what he's doing. Well, they didn't have to go in the garage. That's how the house runs. Ignorant. If the man is putting them in the shed, then that's where they go. If a man comes into let's use your logic. If a man comes up and loads a dishwasher and he loads it wrong, what you gonna tell him? Well, that's not how we do it. We do it like this because it's more efficient. That's how. Well, it don't gotta be like that. It's okay if we do the dishes like this, right? It's okay if we stack them like this because it's all getting, yeah, but you didn't get the extra 2 bowls in here like I do, and now you got dishes out on the sink. Oh, so it don't need to be done. It's just the way that you wanted it to be done. Now it's all of a sudden, well, that's how the house runs when it's for you, but when it's for a man, that ain't need to be done. And plus, he don't got to cook and clean every day. Neither do you. Neither do you. You be going and getting the scent. Oh, I'm kind of full from lunch. I ain't really all that hungry. I think I might eat a bag of chips and go to bed. Did you cook that night? No. Hey, babe, what's for dinner tonight? I really don't feel like cooking tonight. I'm kind of feeling like, meh. You know, I started my cycle, so I'm not. Okay. There's a frozen pizza in the oven if you want to throw that in there. Or the frozen pizza in the freezer if you want to pop that in the oven. Okay, cool. Oh, I just made the kids chicken nuggets. Okay, you can make a sandwich. I really didn't eat anything. Okay, well, how about I throw something in the microwave for both of us? Yeah, that's fine, but I'm not really that hungry though. Maybe I'll just eat off of half your plate. Huh? Y'all be acting like y'all be doing so much. So much. And a man don't be doing nothing. Nothing worthy of compliments and consideration. Loser.
I'm asking men, why are you like this? I think it's because we expect much of ourselves and don't talk about feelings as much.
So you need to talk about your feelings more.
No.
No?
No.
You don't want to talk about your feelings?
No, I don't want to.
So how are you feeling right now?
Right now, I'm happy. I'm a tourist and I'm exploring LA.
Where are you from?
Denmark.
And you don't talk about your feelings in Denmark?
Not me. I don't know.
You bottle them up?
Yeah.
What? How do they come out then?
They don't. We just ignore it and keep moving forward.
And no, just hope it goes away?
Yeah.
But you're gonna like explode someday.
I don't think I will.
So you have bad feelings or you have sadness and you just shove it down?
Yeah. Exactly.
What about like therapy?
I tried it 2 times, but it didn't do anything for me. So.
Well, because you only went twice.
How many times do you need to go?
You need to go like every week for your whole life.
I don't think that's my thing.
This woman in the comments that said his answer is the best and most straightforward explanation to the question, why are men like this, that I've ever seen on this show or I've ever heard on the show. It's because this is what men are, consciously or unconsciously, expected to do, and he clearly doesn't understand why. This is the cycle that needs to be broken. Well, the cycle is not going to be broken because modern women can't get out of their own way. Modern women have to be taken care of first. So a man, until women get out of their own way and start helping men out, men have to keep on pushing because men have to put their feelings aside regardless of if they're angry or they're happy or they're sad. And like you said, move forward. Y'all get to sit up in a therapist office and cry. There's stuff outside to be done. I had a bad day at work. I come home and cry and dump all my trauma on you, and after I'm done doing that, I feel better, and I go cook some dinner or watch a Netflix show. But a man after that says, that's nice. Well, I gotta get back to work. So how was your day? Well, I had this, and this. Oh no, I hate that for you. Well, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. It's not the same level of care a lot of times, and the same consideration or empathy that is expected of a man going to a woman, or a woman giving to her friends, or really society giving to a woman, as it is with a man. Oh, okay, that sucks. Well, get back to work. This is what we need, and we have to have it done. I'm sorry. And the man sees it, analyzes it, and says, yeah, we kind of do have to have this done. Let me get back to work. So that the cycle needs to be broken until y'all start really actually helping men. It's just, honestly and truly, thank you for trying, but it's kind of BS.